Managing Trustee, Rangarajan Mahalakshmi Kishore, distinguished chief guest of today's webinar, Dr. Prashant R. Nair, Vice Chairman, IQAC, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Coimbatore, beloved Principal, beloved Vice Chancellor, our Registrar, fellow Deans, Controller of Examinations, HODs, and all my faculty colleagues from various departments. Good morning to all. At the outset, I would like to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Prashant R. Nair, Vice Chairman, IQAC, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, who has given his kind consent to our invitation for today's webinar on preparedness for NAAC P team visit. We are in the verge of facing the committee NAAC P team for the second cycle of accreditation from January 31st, 2023 to 2nd February 2023. So we look forward to learn from you, sir, for facing the committee in a more successful way and to attain the highest grade. So I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. Next, I am more thankful to our acclaimed Vice Chancellor, who is always a guiding force to all our endeavors. I heartily welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome our beloved Registrar, who is motivating and supporting us in all our accomplishments. I fervently welcome you, sir. I am indeed honored to welcome all our Deans, Controller of Examinations, HODs, professors, and all my faculty colleagues from different departments. And I welcome you all for this webinar. On behalf of the management, on behalf of my own, I welcome you all once again for this webinar. Let us start the session, sir. Hand over to Dr. Prashant R. Nair. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for the kind introduction. Respected Vice Chancellor, Dr. Salivahanan, Registrar, Dr. Kannan, Dean QA, Dr. Valarmati, other esteemed Deans, HODs of Vailtech University. So close on the heels of the NEP seminar, I'll try to give you some kind of tips on how to face the visit. At the outset, I want to wish you all a very happy new year. Of course, my event was just before the new year. A very happy and prosperous new year 2023. And also all the very best for the NAAC peer team visit, which is scheduled for the end of this month. So at the outset, as I mentioned earlier, the NAAC peer team visit, we have to understand that what is their goal. The first thing we have to understand is that even though we have completed the DVV, where almost 70% of the metrics, which are all quantitative in nature, have been evaluated, and only 30% is remaining, which is the qualitative metrics. We have to understand the fact that a NAAC peer team visit has a very important objective. Is there some problem in the audio, madam? Audio is fine?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Audio is okay, sir. Okay.
Is it fine?
Yeah, fine. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have to understand that the objective of a NAAC peer team visit is to understand the overall quality aspect and functioning of the institution. See, agreed that we have completed 70% of the evaluation, the DVV, the data verification and validation, which takes care of all the quantitative inputs. But at the same time, 30% qualitative is remaining. But we also want to understand an overall picture of the institution, get a clarity on the overall picture of the institution, the strength of the institution, the quality, the weaknesses of the institution. You see, it is quite likely that the DVV would have cleared some things based on the documentation, but there could be some inherent weaknesses that are still there. So their job is to ascertain that overall aspect or overall picture of the institution. And so we have to always understand the bigger picture. The bigger picture in the sense that there is some cross-talk coming. Can you please put everybody on?
It's very correct.
Yeah. So then what is the NAAC peer team visit the objective? The objective is to get an overall picture of the institution, overall aspect of the institution, get a feel of what are the academic systems, the administrative processes, the research and innovation, and so on. So the NAAC selects a team who are basically academic or administrative peers who are assessors for our academic research, administration, and extension activity. So normally the chairman of the committee could be somebody who is more of an administrator, somebody who has served as a. Is the audio better now?
Yes,
Audio
sir.
is better?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, somebody
Yes,
put a
sir.
message that the audio has to be increased. Is it fine?
Yes, sir. You're clearly audible, sir.
Somebody put a message that the audio is low. Sorry. Okay, so back, please go back. Yeah. So the NAAC peer team is basically a set of academic and administrative peers who are assessors. And it's quite likely that the chairperson of a team need not be somebody from the subject area. Normally, it is somebody from the subject area, but that person is somebody who has served in a very senior academic position, could be vice chancellor, registrar, principal, dean, director. That is the composition. And normally it could, looking at your university size, because I have come there, I've seen all the schools, I have visited the excellent TBI and research park. So I think it could be a team of 5 to 8 people, and 5 to 8 people will be covering more or less the disciplines that are there: engineering, computer science, you have law, that media, management. So it could be a team. Most of the experts would be in engineering, management, media, law. It could be maybe one expert from law, one from media, and all the others in engineering and management. And the chairperson, hopefully it is somebody from engineering, but normally that person is going to be a person who has served in a senior administrative position like vice chancellor, principal, or dean, or registrar. Most likely they will take people from outside Tamil Nadu, mostly from north, west, and south, east. But sometimes you may get some people from Kerala or Karnataka if they do not get enough experts from the north. But normally they try to get people from the north and other regions, north, west, and east. And we will not know their identity before. Only 3 days before the visit, we will be able to get their names and all. Then we are at liberty to contact them and ask them if they need any support. But normally the entire accommodation, travel is taken care by NAAC. In every major city, they have some tie-up with hotels. So normally that is completely taken care, pick up from the airport, all those things, the hotel accommodation. And the protocol of a NAAC visit is that the day before the visit starts or the early morning of the visit, the NAAC peer team is supposed to discuss in the hotel about the various aspects of the institution, because they have already got a sense of your SSR would have been sent. Whether they study it or not in detail, they would have probably got that evaluative reports of the department, which is basically your schools and constituent institutions. So they fairly have a good idea. They may or may not have read it very much, but they at least know what are the disciplines that are there. And we have to arrange the local transportation. That is, we contact them and find out which hotel they are in. There is no harm in going the day before and giving them a schedule and inviting them. There is no problem welcoming them there. I think that sometimes they also insist that the principal or the vice chancellor or the registrar goes there and meets them and just discusses about the schedule and gives that there is no harm in doing that. It is not in camera, that is in private. And give them a plan of the schedule and have some discussion. There is some noise coming somewhere. Yeah, give them some schedule that you have prepared, and so that they can discuss and do that. So that is a good thing that you can do the day before. Go and meet, because you will know their names and this thing 3 days before. There's no harm in talking to the chairperson and telling him that we will come to the hotel the day before, the night before, and give you the schedule and discuss if there is any plan, so that you are better prepared. See, because we have to understand that this visit will never go as per the plan. Nothing goes as per the script. The script is what NAAC has given in their website. All the time, committees will change as per their preferences, as per their areas of interest. So you have to be very dynamic. It's always better that you get a feel of it the day before, the night before, so that you are able to prepare more accordingly. Now, objective of the visit is to get an overall perspective of the perception of the quality. So please do not think that it is only qualitative. Yes, the focus is on qualitative, but they can ask specific queries on quantitative. I told you this during the end of the NEP seminar also. There may be some data points that have been cleared by the DVV and you have been awarded marks, but they still have a doubt. I'll give you an example. I don't know which university it is. As soon as the committee member came, he directly, one of the members skipped the, after the initial vice chancellor's presentation, they skipped all the other visits and went to check the. Can you please put everybody on mute? It's very, very disturbing when some noise is coming. So they went directly to the innovation center and asked for the hard copy of the patents. Even though patent is already covered in quantitative, they wanted to see the patents because they had some kind of red flag in terms of whether the patents were authentic or something like that. So I also had a lot of discussion. I found out that some cases the NAAC peer team members will come and verify some quantitative aspects which they have some doubt, and they are actually, the chairman has got the freedom, I think, to even change the marks, as I understand. So keep everything ready. I mean, you don't have to print everything. Keep everything ready in a soft copy, the quantitative aspects and the evidences and the files. If they ask you, please give it. So the assessors are required to look at the university self-study report and ask for clarifications. See, some of them may not bring it. I think they are given a hard copy and a soft copy. Sometimes a soft copy is given. Or please make 4 or 5 extra copies and keep it ready. If the assessor is asking for that, please keep it ready. You can even take it to the hotel the day before. If they don't have a copy, some of them would not carry it. It's very heavy, bulky. So keep enough copies of the SSR, and if they ask you even during the visit, please hand it over to them, because you cannot be running left, right, and center for printing. Now, the agenda of the peer team, this is actually because of COVID protocol, that 50% of the departments they should at least cover, and the 50% of the departments, the protocol is that you can suggest and they can also suggest. But nowadays, I don't know. I mean, COVID is almost gone. So normally last month there was a visit in one college in Coimbatore. I am on their governing council, so I was invited for the lunch meeting with the governing council members. And as I recall, they went to all the departments, even though, and they decided to go to as a group. Normally they split, but sometimes they do that also. So to a large extent, it depends upon the committee. Yes, but we have to be prepared both ways. If you understand what I'm trying to say, most likely 99% they split and go, and they go as per their schedule, as per their competence and their experience and their expertise. But we should be ready for both ways. So each and every department should be ready. You may think, I'll give you my own example. In my university, in Coimbatore campus visit, mostly 99%, 95% is engineering. 5% is humanities and sciences. So obviously we focused on the major engineering departments and all. But one of the experts was a social work person. I mean, his area is social work. He not only visited the social work department for 5 or 6 hours, he also wanted to see the visit to the outreach area where they went, the village and all, because he also wanted to learn things. So those kind of things are also possible, but they are rare. So all departments have to be ready for the visit. There is no exception. Normally you can give a suggestion that, these are the strong departments, and you can give a mix of that. Because their areas of interest. As I mentioned 3 days before, you know their identities, you can Google and find out their experience and expertise. So you can also make a suggestion list, and sometimes they may agree with that. But the minimum is 50% of the department. And nowadays, I think they'll try to go everywhere. Can you go to the next slide, please?
Sir, you're not audible, sir. Sir, you're not audible. It's outing.
Rajiv, could you please check whether that guest is in connected to that team?
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm checking, sir. We are checking, sir.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, sir. Somewhere
Sorry,
there is a
I don't
voice
know. I
break
lost
is
the
there.
connection somehow. Somebody called, I think. Yeah. So about the NAAC PTV or the Vice Chancellor's presentation. So this is only a suggestion. Okay. The suggestion is based on experience of 3 cycles and interacting with a lot of people. Vice Chancellor's presentation is probably the most important because it sets the tone for the entire visit. You have to understand that they want to validate the entire, they get an overall picture. So that picture has to come out in that 30 to 45 minutes. Give us a brief institutional history. What is the vision and mission? Of course, these have already been covered in the DVV, but still that is needed. And I think this is only a suggestion, is that already the quantitative aspects have been completed, but it doesn't hurt if you have to give a perspective of the institution, right? So I would think that you could probably have a summary slide on every criteria with all the facts and figures. This is only a suggestion. Okay, focus is definitely on qualitative, but we can have a summary slide. If you're taking criterion 1, total number of programs, how many programs you change the syllabus, new program, just one or two summary slides on the quantitative aspects, and then have a few slides on each qualitative aspect. Like outcome based education, there is a question. Ethical courses with ethics, values, sustainability, one slide. Courses that are factoring towards employability, skill development, entrepreneurship, one or few slides. So the best thing is to take quick some sort of every criteria. If you take criterion 1, have a summary slide with the quantitative aspect, the overall picture, and then have few slides on each question that they are asking in the qualitative aspect. 1.1.1, is your curriculum aligned to the national goals, global goals? 1 or 2 slides with examples. Yes, 1.1.3, I don't know. Courses that are aligned to employability, entrepreneurship. Courses that are aligned to values, ethics, sustainability, with some examples, use cases, case studies, and so on. So this is I think that should be the flow, because you have to give an overall picture. Right? See, some of them will say, I don't want to hear quantitative aspects. Already that is covered. But you need to give a perspective. I am running this many programs, this many disciplines, this many courses I have done the syllabus revision. 1 or 2 summary slides should be enough, I would think. Now, the period in question is definitely your NAAC period. I'm assuming it ended in 2021, right? 2016 to 2021. I think this I prepared for some other university. Figures can be projected for 2016 to 2021. But then after 21 July to 2022, I don't know when you submitted the data. I'm assuming is there till 2021. Then after that also you are still focusing on quality, right? So I think it doesn't hurt if you have a slide with the delta. The delta means after your NAAC period till date, what all achievements you've had. That also can be, I think, covered. I hope I'm making sense. Sir, any doubts, sir?
Yeah, Prashant Chandrakumar, sir.
Yes, sir. Actually,
Chandru,
March.
sir.
Yeah, Raju, I can go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, sir. Please.
So,
Please proceed.
Dr. Prashant, our thing you rightly mentioned, no, our assessment period is 2021.
Yeah.
Now we wanted to give some data like some of the quantitative parameters they were asking about calendar years, rightly on the patent.
Yeah.
And the publications, the kind of data. Yeah. So you want us to mention in the delta, something you're saying, right?
Delta. Say, some of them will say, see, some of these assessors will say, oh, no, that is beyond your period. But that doesn't mean, see, you as an institution, you are focusing on quality. You can definitely put a slide. This is my delta. I got a very good award in December. What is wrong in saying? We are presenting the data for the period that is 16 to 21. But we can always have a slide with the delta, with all the, it can be criterion wise or it can be overall. That's okay. Up to you.
It is for all the department, including Vice Chancellor, right?
Including, primarily they are focusing on the Vice Chancellor's presentation. Because see, these individual schools and constituent institutions and all, they may not want to see PPT. So I would recommend that in the Vice Chancellor's presentation itself, this delta can be put. Whether the delta can be put criterion wise or totally, that is your decision. Now, you have to have your best practices and institutional distinctiveness explained, because that is qualitative and they will catch you on that. They will ask so many questions on that. Those kind of things are very important. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead. 1 minute. I got a phone.
Yeah, so they will definitely ask questions on that. They will ask some future plans can also be put. Maybe before the future plans, you can put a delta. Sir, after the NAAC period, July 2021 to January 2023, we had some developments and improvements. We added some new courses. We got this many awards. You can do the delta. I think that adds a lot of value because it proves that you are as an institution moving forward. It's not that we are doing this for the NAAC period. We are doing for the future. Plus, very important, NEP 2020 alignment. Already one seminar you have done last week with me. Like that, it helps if you have a NEP committee formed. You can form it 3 months before or 2 months before and say that we have started. We have started. Maybe by 2023-2024 academic year, we will start with major and minor programs. We are working on that. We have made some homework. I was suggesting to Dr. Valarmati that, I'm sure you have already been discussing these things. Idea is you in your BOS or your academic council and so on. So the idea is to document it. Yes, we have made a committee. We have started discussing. It's been discussed in our BOS, in our academic council. We have looking at major and minor programs in the academic year 2023-2024. And we hope that these academic programs we will start. We have identified these minors and these majors. At least some work you have done. That's all you need to show that. Is that clear?
Yes, I'm done. Thank you.
Yeah, and all the senior deans and HODs are required for the presentation. if they ask some questions here and there, the people should be available to support the Vice Chancellor. Normally, the Vice Chancellor's presentation seamlessly moves into criterion 1 and 2 also. Because 1 and 2 will be covered to some extent in the VC's presentation. They may ask for the Board of Studies heads some questions, academic council members. Obviously, you are the people in the academic council also. So they may ask some questions on related to academics and BOS formulation. What is your constitution of BOS? So somebody can say, I'm the chair of this BOS. We have this many people, something like that. And those documents can, the university level documents can be ideally centrally available where the VC is presenting. I'm talking of, the Board of Management or Board of Governors, Academic Council, Board of Studies, major policies, which are university level documents not pertaining to a specific college or school. So this is the suggestion. I think this, some people make a mistake, they show all the numbers till date, 7 years data they show. But immediately the committee gets angry, saying, no, we are only looking at 16 to 21. So I think those should be presented only as a delta, not as a part of that. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other queries, sir, in this?
Sir, regarding that minor and major,
Yes,
already we are, all the departments, particularly in engineering, are offering that minor, honor, and also specialization. Is it all to be shown in the VC presentation, or it can be included in the department presentation? Because it goes in length.
I think department presentation and all, they may not even entertain. Department you can present, they may not want to see departmental presentations. They may just want to visit the labs, interact with the faculty. This is no usual modus operandi. So those major, minor, you don't have to tell everything. You can say, we have already started with my major and minor. This is an example that can be explained in the VC's presentation, and the remaining things can be shown in the department. This is a suggestion.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. See, best practice is extremely important. All evidences related to best practices also should be available in the central location. That is there in my slide in any case. Yeah. Okay, we'll move forward. Yeah, as I mentioned, the NAAC departmental visit, right? Most likely they may visit maximum number of departments, but the components of this departmental visits are a short presentation of the department, interaction with the faculty both formally and informally. Mostly they prefer informal. When they go to a lab, they'll discuss with the faculty during the HOD presentation or dean presentation itself. They do some interaction, document verification if required, visit to selected teaching and research labs, interaction with research scholars and the lab. This is the general modus operandi. So obviously, when you go to a mechanical engineering department, there may be 14 or 15 labs. You cannot show all the labs, right? Keep all the labs ready, but at the same time, you can make a selection. So we will go to this lab, this lab, this lab. You have a mix of teaching and research labs. Some labs that are used for research and some labs that are used for teaching also. I think in your case, all the research labs are in the research park. So they may not be in the department. So I think only teaching labs will be there. So you have to plan the schedule accordingly. Next slide. See, departmental presentation, many times they skip it. Maximum 10 to 15 minutes you can have. You can give an overview of the department as per the NAAC 7 criteria. Please do not repeat whatever is already mentioned in the VC. So you have to intelligently plan that. Again, for the department, every criteria you can have a summary slide with all the numbers, facts and figures, and some qualitative aspects you can focus. See, for example, the Vice Chancellor said, I have got 50 courses which are aligned to 500 courses that are aligned to employability, entrepreneurship, and skill development. You can, in your presentation, you do not tell everything, again repeat it. Vice Chancellor had mentioned, this is one course. I give you an example of this course that is focusing on employability, something like that. Or some course on ethics and values. Yeah, I have this course based on this course on values. My students are doing some outreach activity. Like that, you have to intelligently cull out some sort of use cases and examples, but do not repeat the whole story. Already in the Vice Chancellor presentation, you are talking about OBE and all. You don't have to again mention all those things. Just try to complement what is there in the Vice Chancellor's presentation and what is your contribution to that. If you are saying that there are 500 courses on employability, I have got 12 or 13 courses, and this is an example. Based on this outcome is there. That is all. But I don't think 10 to 15 minutes will be is maximum they may give. They may not even allow. Most likely, I have seen, at least in our university, they didn't see a single departmental presentation. They said, no, no, no. Already we have heard this in the dean's vice chancellor's presentation. You show me the labs, show me the classrooms, show me the department facilities, conference rooms. That is mostly the objective of this visit. Next slide.
So
Yeah,
can we give in
departmental.
that case,
Sir?
Sorry, sir. Sir, in the absence of department presentation, can we give at least the booklet of the
Exactly.
PPT?
That is what I was going to tell you when you interjected. You can make a presentation, give the booklet. They will use that booklet to write the report. You can, when they come to the department, you can give them a department booklet of the presentation with at a glance, so that they can take it with them and they can use it for writing the report if they don't want to see the presentation, which is the most likely scenario. But don't give this one day before, okay? Give it only when they come. In Malayalam, we say, Vadi kodutha adi medikkuka. Don't take a stick and get beaten up, right? So don't give it ahead of schedule. When they come to the department, you can hand over. That is the best thing that you can do. And as I mentioned, departmental visit is wherever the HOD presentation is kept. If they want to do some verification of documents, they can do. But the verification is only focused on those qualitative things, unless otherwise given. Now, in the departments, it is a good idea that you have good display boards for everything. Even outside the department, updated faculty name boards. If you have in every department, it helps if you have at a glance na oru surukkama oru enna solluvanga oru surukkama department at a glance oru banner madri pota nalla irukku, because it is like giving you an overview of the department, something like that. But that you have to think on what all data you have to keep there, right? Total number of faculty, students, hostelites, day scholars, male, female, total number of projects, total number of publication. And the madri you can give some sort of keep a board at a glance. It helps, I think. Now, name boards have to be updated. It's very important. Where the faculty is sitting, there should be a name board. Outside the cabin where they are sitting, the faculty room also, there should be a list of name boards, especially with correct designations. Many, you might have not updated it 3-4 years. So somebody who's an associate professor might be listed there as an assistant professor. So make sure those things are updated. You can have some infrastructure boards also. Total number of classrooms in the department, total number of laboratories in the department. That and all can be put in an overview board. Inside every lab, you need to have enough boards and display. Who is the faculty member in charge? Who is the non-teaching staff? That non-teaching staff should be available when they are visiting. He or she should be able to discuss and talk to them. They should be able to answer questions, because they will do that talking to the non-teaching staff. What is your qualification? They may do this informally. What kind of you have to coach all the non-teaching staff in the labs and the computer labs and library and all, because they may ask questions. Is there any welfare activity done by Welltech for you? Those kind of things informally they do during this visit to the labs. Now, in the lab, you should have fire extinguishers and safety apparatus. It's very important. I don't know, in mechanical engineering labs, there are special machines that are used. So I don't know what you have to find out that. If you don't have that, you put that. Computer labs, obviously, you don't need these things. But some chemical engineering labs, chemistry labs, goggles, that coat and all those kind of safety apparatus, whatever is needed should be updated. Name boards of all faculty in charges and technical staff. it helps if, if you're in a research lab. Of course, already I saw that in your research park. In each research lab, you have a very nice poster. These are the major outcomes of the lab in terms of patents, papers, and all those things, awards and publications and so on. That is anyway there. But maybe if there are something new, you can update those things. In the lab, you are supposed to have, especially teaching labs, what is a list of major equipments, major experiments and exercises. That need not be a flex. It can even be a printout, but that should be definitely there. Educational aids and charts, if you prepare, it's nice. Safety instructions, rules and regulations. So these things should be there in all the teaching labs and the research labs. Is it clear? Non-teaching staff should be coached accordingly so that they answer to the committee. They are able to discuss, and if some question is asked by the committee, they should be able to properly address those questions.
Sir, shall I ask one more question, sir?
Yeah, sure, sir.
This is Ravichandran, Professor Mechanical.
Yeah,
Sir,
yes, sir.
when they are coming to the laboratory,
Yeah.
can we use the students to take them inside and explain about it? Because they are the stakeholders. So they can talk about the facilities they are utilizing in the laboratory for making into the project and all the things.
That's a very good idea. But students should only talk about the project and they can show a demo. That helps a lot. If you can get that ready. But in terms of the lab facility, how many, for example, you go to a computer lab, how many computers are there? That answer should be given only by the teaching in charge or the non-teaching staff. You go to a computer lab, okay, how many Pentium, how many Xeon computers are there? What is the hard disk capacity? Those things should be answered by the non-teaching staff or the teaching staff. Typically, they want the non-teaching staff who's managing the lab to say that. So same thing in the if you go to a lathe shop, right? That workshop superintendent should be able to say, this is this kind of lathe. These are the experiments that are done. If you have some students doing a demo, very good. If they are able to show some authentic, nice projects that we use this lab to make this demo, nothing like it. That really helps a lot. It's there in the slide later, actually.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, next slide, please. See, it helps, I think this is a very good, I told in the, when I was visiting Vailtech also, that it helps you can invest some money and make a nice exhibition. It helps. Either the exhibition can be in the departments and the centers, like a walkthrough. As if you say it in the schedule, they may not agree sometimes. So you have to subtly put it across to them. When they are visiting, you can have that, in the corridors, so that they get a, because it is recalled. No, you hear something in the VC's presentation, you make a note. Same thing you see in the exhibition, it's a recall. You're recalling more and more things. The more time you recall, the more strength and more points you are getting, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So that I think helps. Either plan it centrally or distributed in the department. If don't put it in the schedule, they may not agree. So it should be part of the visit. Some places they put it during in the lunch hall. Some places they put it in the corridors. Some places they put it in the department, so that you can plan accordingly. Here in the department also, or wherever all the major, you can think, criterion wise or department wise. That is your decision, but it helps a lot. And as I mentioned, in the labs, you can have some innovations and working models with students and research scholars. The research scholar, if it's a research lab, somebody is doing PhD, you go to him and ask him questions. They will ask questions. Okay, you're a JRF or an SRF. How much money you are getting? What is the support you are getting in the college and the university? So this research lab in the park, you've got this much funded projects. Based on that, I'm getting a stipend of this much. This is the kind of questions that you can expect to the research scholars. Same way, UG students, they may informally ask, oh, you are doing a very good project. Who helped you? Who is your mentor? How did this help? All those kind of support they may ask subtly during this working model and innovation. Any other questions? Okay, you can move forward. Yeah, documentation, as I mentioned, at a department level, they may do some validation of some documents, in the sense that they may validate some of the documents that they have doubts with respect to criteria, qualitative primarily. Quantitative, you keep it ready. Only if there is a problem or a doubt, they may ask you. But qualitative, have enough documents. So I have made a representative list of documents that I prepared for the NAAC PTV, the peer team visit. See, based on the qualitative question. So if you take that, you don't have to have everything, but have some course plans of courses which have been updated based on global national needs, courses that have been focused on entrepreneurship, skill development. Have some course plans ready, because it's a course plan, not a syllabus booklet. You are trying to prove that this course has got a component of employability or entrepreneurship. You should have a course plan, and that course plan should be highlighted with those keywords that are mapping to the entrepreneurship and so on. Same way with gender sensitive and sustainability, ethics, and so on. Have those course plans available. Your syllabus and booklets should be updated. If you have POs and COs with them, please keep it ready. If you have some examples of innovations that you have done in some of the courses that you can show, even though it might have got covered in DVV, it helps. That you have done some project-based teaching or problem-based teaching, where you have given more of a hands-on immersive experience to the students, and they have got some outcomes. So these are the things that you can showcase. You don't need to have everything and anything. Have a sample of all these. If you understand what I'm trying to say, you might have had, say, 30-40 courses on employability. Have course plans of 4 or 5 courses at least. Keep it ready. Next slide. OBE is very important. I don't know how your OBE system is, but attainment calculations, closing the loop, OBE documents. If you have a DAC, Departmental Academic Advisory Committee, for implementing the OBE process centrally or distributed, please keep those documents. All the feedback, closing the loop, then selected student innovations, project reports. What are the strategies for advanced learners? You may ask me, this is already covered in DVV. Yes, but they still ask, what is the strategy for DVV? What for slow learners and fast learners? Slow learners, you should have some timetables of with list of students, attendance sheets, some sample examinations that you have done for slow learners. Fast learners, you need to have some kind of outcomes. Yeah, my fast learner student went for MOOCs course, went for a certification, went for a hackathon, went for an internship, certificates, proof. Some of the proofs at least you should have of all these, if they ask you in the department. And usage of MOOCs, if you have any, you can show. Next slide. This is criterion 1 and 2. 3 and 4, especially for Kodishwaran, Dr. Kodishwaran, what is your research policy, consultancy policy, sponsored research policy is what they want. If somebody is getting a consultancy, what do you do? What are your PhD regulations? That's what I was alluding to, Dr. Kodishwaran. What are the regulations with respect to the PhD? Is it in line with the UGC norms? Is it better, or so on? Then sponsored research. What are the collaboration, the policies for research? You already have a good practice that anybody who gets a funded project is moved to the research park, which is a exclusive space. That's a good practice. Those things you can showcase here. Take them there and all, and have some proof of whatever promotion policies you are doing, the seed grants that you are doing. Even though it is covered in DVV, when they visit the department, it's better to have some proof. Same way, the questions with respect to criterion 3 are more towards the innovation ecosystem, means in the sense that not the number of patents or papers, but what is the ecosystem for innovation and entrepreneurship. In terms of that, how your incubation, which is an awesome facility, so much 50 crores funding, how it is supporting the institution in various activities. So the ecosystem is already there and it is so visible. But the challenge is how the students and faculty are leveraging that incubation facility. That has to be brought out. And the policy is that, not the money is already there. You've got marks in the DVV, if you understand. Chandrakumar sir, am I making sense?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So that kind of thing is there. How the IAC, Institutions Innovation Council, Entrepreneurship Club and all are interrelated to the TBI and vice versa. How they are interacting or how the interplay is happening such that there is an innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem. I'm sure you know this better than me, but still that should be brought out in that visit. That's what I'm trying to impress upon. Now, criterion 4 is probably mostly validated through the visit. They visit the library, they visit the computer labs, the first year labs, the language labs, the computer center, central facilities. They may visit some labs, so they get the feel of it. Visit the exhibition, convention center, seminar halls, hostels, messes and all. This is a sampling. So you should have a kind of in criterion 4, you should have a logic. You should make a route wherein they visit all these things, and wherever they go to a first language lab, they can ask what is the timetable of the language lab, what is the those things should be arranged. Now in the department, if they are visiting a lab also, they should have the timetable of the lab. They should have the classroom allocation. If they are visiting the department, how many classrooms are there in civil engineering department? Okay, you have 7 classrooms. How are you optimally managing these 7 classrooms? How are the students going to the electives? So that kind of documentation in terms of the classroom chart, lecture hall allocation, booking mechanisms for seminar halls, conference rooms, those things should also be available. In the labs, you should have proper documents in the sense that in addition to those displays, you should have records of purchases of equipment, consumables, stock register, lab sample lab records and manuals. Not all, few sample. Some of them ask for a rough record and a fair record. I don't really know the difference in computer. We don't have any fair record and rough record. But in I think in other departments, for some, I don't know, there may be rough record and fair record. Please look at those things. Then sample observation notebooks, student reports, records, how your upkeep of physical resources, maintenance, and book and equipment, stock and equipment register. This is the expectation in terms inside the labs. What are the documents that are needed? Next slide. Any doubt here? I can clear. So criterion 5 is somewhat, it is they have a student interaction. That is how they primarily try to validate the things. But they also need to talk to those statutory committees, anti-ragging, discipline committees, women's cell, all those things. They also do that. So partly they do validation by the interaction with the students, and partly by checking the door. There is a slot where they have a meeting with these committees. So partly they look into those things. So when they're coming to the department, if you have some, you should have some proof of class committee meetings. If you have any, I don't know what form is there, your class committee, course committee minutes and all. Now, departmental student activities, if you have some posters, exhibition, I think that should be enough for taking care of those activities. Even centrally you can do, you have these kind of things. Alumni contribution, some sort of contribution, if there is any, how to showcase that. So that is how they look at. So 5 is primarily through student interaction, alumni interaction, and visit and interaction with the statutory committees like women's cell, anti-ragging, students welfare. There is some students welfare meeting also that they do in this thing. Is it clear? Is there a dean students welfare? Dean students welfare is there. He or she can take
Yes, sir.
ownership. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We have Dean Campus Affairs.
Yeah, campus affairs. So that person will be
Yes.
the point of contact. They may want to talk to him with regard to that. Okay. Criterion 6 is management related. They have a governing council meeting with lunch. They also get some input from on governance and from the vice chancellor's presentation. They also get some part of the welfare activities from both formal and informal interactions with staff, teaching staff and non-teaching staff. So that is how they validate that. But in the department, I don't know, university mission and vision. This is contravention to NBA. NBA expects you to have a university vision and mission, school or college vision and mission, and department vision and mission. Actually, it's a very complicated thing. You have to remember 3 different vision. As far as NAAC is concerned, they are more concerned with the university vision and mission and how each faculty is aligned. So from an NBA is a little different perspective. So focus is on university vision and mission. If you have a department vision and mission, see how it is in alignment with the university vision and mission. That is what you should get ready. Then departmental committees. You should, department is empowering faculty, decentralizing activities. How are you doing that? How are you empowering the faculty? How are you decentralizing the activities? Committees in the department, or all faculty involved in committees? Those things you should have some sort of documents in the department. Even at the vice chancellor level, if you have a list of committees of the university, very good. All faculty are getting involved. Now, if you have an HR, ensure that the HR has got a proper employee handbook, recruitment policy, promotion and career advancement policies, appraisal forms, and the process of evaluating the appraisal, whether it's a self-appraisal, moving on to higher forms of appraisal. That is very important. And the more important thing is the faculty have to be sensitized to this, because typically what happens is they will ask the junior most faculty, okay, what is the HR policy? Junior most faculty would not have read it. How many leave you have? Oh, sir, I'm blinking, I don't know. I think I have 10 or 12 CL, I don't know. So those kind of things you should be very clear. Faculty have to be given a sensitization on important policies. Not all. Somebody who is, every faculty should know the leave policy, the career progression policy, the HR policy, the recruitment policy, that every faculty should have. No. Somebody who is doing research should know the research policy, the consultancy policy. So that kind of sensitization should be done by the faculty. Even if it's a new faculty may not be doing consultancy, but faculty should know how many days of vacation I have, what kind of leave I have, what are the welfare measures that this university is doing for me. That faculty should know, even if he or she is a new faculty. So I think that pretty much covers criterion 6. Any questions I can answer? Sorry, I went for this national science.
The PhD regulation, now we got an updated one from UGC.
Yeah. PhD regulation.
Are we going to say that we have started the new regulation adoption, or what is that your?
See, if you have not done it, no, it's not a good idea, because they can catch you somewhere. So you can say that we have got the new regulation, we have not adopted it fully. In the next academic council, it will be adopted, because looking backwards, if you have a regulation which is not implemented, they go to the PhD office and ask questions, look at the documents, they'll find out that it was not implemented from the from the documentation. So you can say we've just got this recently. Next academic council, we will be updating those factors. To be very honest, those regulations are very not of high standard. We refuse to do. Our university has taken a decision. Our bar is much higher, so we are not going to dilute it. That you can also take the decision.
Okay.
Sir, for your kind information, sir, in the 2021 academic year onwards, we implemented the new regulation for all the research scholars now, sir, incorporating that UGC guidelines, UGC guidelines. No, sir. Maybe the latest one after this 1 year, it will be implemented later. No, sir.
Okay, you can tell that. But anyway, that is outside the NAAC period. Am I right? That is
No, within that,
outside the NAAC period, right?
up to 21, we followed the old regulation.
Yeah, but that
And
your NAAC
21,
period
22 onwards, new regulation.
Okay, okay. So you can say we have done that, but whatever new amendment is coming, we will update it in the future. Okay.
Yeah, we are updating it now, sir. Being that research advisory central committee member, so
Right,
I'm aware of that. Dean research used to bring that amendment then and there, no, sir.
Correct. No, you can say we are doing it, no problem. We are doing it, you can say. Yeah. Any other query? Yeah. So criterion 7 is basically visit. One is validation of the best practices, institutional distinctiveness that they will do mostly during Vice Chancellor's presentation, or they may ask departments, okay, this best practice is there. What have you done? Are you implementing it? You have to have an example. So there is a dual validation. One, during Vice Chancellor's presentation, they ask about the best practice. You need to have supporting documents, support with outcomes. That is one. Second thing, they validate it also in the department. See, suppose you say that, okay, I don't know what your best practice is, but I'm assuming it is research park and TBI. Okay. They go to chemistry department and ask, okay, you're shown your best practice as TBI, which anybody is doing TBI. Maybe in chemistry, it may not be there, but then somebody can say, yes, one of our faculty has got a funded project. We are utilizing the research block. He is sitting there. That is the answer. But you go to some other department, they may validate the same way in a different way. You go to maybe a computer science department, there may be some student startups who have gone. So the department should highlight their contribution to the university best practice as also the institutional distinctiveness. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Mr.
Yeah.
Prasad, actually, our claim is institute distinctiveness is TBI.
Okay.
And the best practices are, one is R&D, another one is our 6 to 9 month extended project work at the industry.
Okay. So definitely they will ask what is the connection. All departments, some departments, to be very honest, may not have any contribution. Am I right, sir? Chandrakumar?
Yes, SNH is not having any contribution.
But then SNH should, when they ask, they should say, oh yeah, somebody is using research park, we are using research project, but we don't have any TBI. They can be honest about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is the, I'm sorry, I developed a cough. I was in this Indian Science Congress in Nagpur. It was so cold. I developed a bad cough. Yeah. So, stakeholder interaction. See, sometimes they may even skip this faculty thing formally. They may do it informally. They do it in the departments. They may or may not ask you for a separate venue for meeting the faculty. Sometimes they will do this informally because they are visiting all the departments for the same. So it depends upon the committee to a large extent. But what is expected that the faculty should know is, I'm starting with the last one. Very important, awareness of policies. HR policy, career advancement policy, everybody should know. Everybody should know. Those who are engaged in research consultancy, they should know what is the research consultancy policy. They may ask questions. If you are interested, are you getting any seed grant? Is there a policy for that? Those kind of things, everybody should know. Then moving forward, Vailtech is a autonomous university. Has the autonomy helped you? Has it helped you develop yourself? Have you been involved in this SSR? Yes, every faculty has got involved in SSR. You may be a departmental committee member. You may be a criterion coordinator. Then typical questions that they ask are grievance redressal mechanisms, if any. If you have a problem, what do you do? Those kind of questions. Then access to computing facility, access to labs. Are the university supporting you for career advancement, for going for conferences, faculty development programs, paper publications? Are you getting any rewards? If you have got a recognition or appraise based on appraisal, how is the student feedback being evaluated? Are you involved in curricular development, pedagogy? Even if you are not a BOS member, a Board of Studies member, are you? Every faculty is part of a syllabus committee, even though they may not be a member of the BOS. Only senior faculty will be there, but everybody is involved in some syllabus committee. So those kind of things are what they are expecting. Now, if you have a department vision and mission, you should know. You don't have to mug it by heart. You don't have to do, but you should have a working idea of the department vision and mission and how it is in alignment with the university vision and mission. In many cases, it's complicated remembering 3 visions and 3 missions. But some keywords you remember. My vision is to focus on making ethically conscious engineers. The department vision is also the same, but through these efforts, something like that, you should have a working idea, so as to speak. This is what is expected. Mostly these things happen informally, but they may also happen formally. Next slide. Non-teaching staff, very important. They will definitely have a meeting of that. They will also informally ask the people in the labs when they are working. But in this, you can include your administrative staff, admission staff, HR, finance, and all. They will ask questions on, are you doing anything to develop them? Development of their career, progression in terms of training, skilling. Are you able to, how is your interaction with the faculty in charge? If you are a lab staff, how is that interaction? Are they ordering you around? Then how are you interacting with the students? How many students are coming into the lab? What do you do? Then welfare measures, grievance addressal. Is your job security? Are you being given skilling and training programs to improve yourself? These are the typical questions that they ask in the non-teaching staff. 100% they will do this. Faculty, they may or may not do, because faculty anyways, they are meeting across all the departments, but this they will definitely separately do this. Next slide. Students, this is also 100% they will do. You can yourself choose the best students. You can class representatives, club representatives, leaders of sports, cultural. They are the best people who should be called for this kind of interaction, because they will be asked. They need to be your ambassadors. So you make a very good selection, especially from leaders of the students. On the council, or I don't know how you do it. Sports in charges, heads, cultural heads, tech fest in charges, club coordinators, class representatives. Those kind of leadership students are the best across all departments and schools. That should be your selection. It's a very important thing, because they need to be your ambassadors, and they should tell that why we chose this institution. Curriculum is good, placement is good. There are opportunities for value-added courses, certifications, higher studies. Support is given for fast learners going for entrepreneurship, or going for placement. There is training. Higher studies, there is training. We are getting hands-on training. The teaching feedback we are giving, they are taking use of the feedback, and we are given options for development. These are the things that they expect from the students to be answered. And if there is a grievance, whom do you talk to? That kind of thing. So in the department, I talk to my HOD, I talk to my class advisor, my proctor. I don't know how you call it, proctor, mentor, class advisor, coordinator, that I don't know. But that person is my first person I talk to, and that kind of interaction. This is very important. This is how you have to mentor and coach. Not என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க, artificial irukakudadu. It should be very normal, natural. That is why I said you select the students who are leaders in something. That is the best way to, because they are anyway smart, they are leaders. Rather than, it should be very natural. It should not be that you are coached. Because I remember, I won't name the college, I went as a UGC member to give the autonomy. And I remember the students were, tatta solra madri, parrot solra madri, they were repeating. I got really angry. And of course, the chairman of the committee told me, cool it. But that's a very artificial feeling. Parrot solra madri, you go on repeating things, it doesn't help. So naturally they should serve. The best is you choose the leaders for this. Is it clear? Next slide. Next slide. Yeah, same thing. What are the facilities in the campus? Kitchen, mess, canteen, hostel, grievance redressal, computer, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a very good thing, important thing. These are some of the things that they ask. What do you appreciate? Are you getting any scholarships? Definitely they will ask suggestions to the students to improve. They can give some valid suggestion. Okay, library can be open till 12 o'clock, 10 from 9 o'clock. Those kind of good suggestions students can give, because they also need to write something in their report. Next slide. Parents, again, very few, very difficult to get many parents, but few parents can be there. Again, difficult to coach them and all. But you can choose the parents such that they are happy with the institution, why they put their wards in Tech, and what are the facility in terms of good placement. Is the HOD or the teacher, class teacher or the class mentor or the proctor available when the parent is calling? And what are the placement, higher studies, development, and all those things are expected from the parents. And they will also be asked for suggestions. Next slide. Alumni, again, a few alumni you may have to bring online also. You can bring some of them. Are the alumni supporting the development of the institution? Is there an active registered alumni association? If you have some office bearers, they can definitely be brought in. Whether the alumni are supporting the development of the institution. These are the things that they typically ask, and how the university helped them in their career. These are the typical questions that they ask. Next. Yeah, so since it is second cycle, definitely they may want to meet the IQAC office. You have a good office. I came there. So definitely they may expect to, there is a slot where the IQAC office is there, visit is there. So again, already best practices would have been told in the the VC's presentation. So, but when they are coming to the office, you should have the documents pertaining to the IQAC in terms of, the feedbacks taken from stakeholders, IQAC minutes, IQAC action plan, AQARs that you have submitted to NAAC every single year for the last 5 years. Then plan of action, what all you did, what all you could achieve. Actually, to be very honest, it's not very easy, because we are so busy to have quarterly meetings and all are not practical. But at least you have an IQAC plan of action and how much you could achieve. At least once in a year, if you can show, it's good. AAA, academic and administrative audit, it's good to have. But to be very honest with you, it's very difficult. I can tell you, I am only doing it once in 3 years. I can't do it every year, academic and administrative audit and all. Once in 3 years or 4 years only I can do, because everybody is so busy in research. So I cannot disrupt the cycle. So once in 2 or 3 years, we can do this thing. If you are doing it more, very good. If it's not happening, fine.
Sir,
But
here, academic audit we are doing every year.
okay.
But administrative audit, to be frank, we have not conducted so far. Is it how we can manage the things?
See, you would have, instead of a administrative audit, full-fledged administrative audit, you could have, if you have gone to all the administrative departments and at least checked their files. That's not exactly an administrative audit, but that can be shown as something like a semblance of an administrative audit. See, HR, finance, students' welfare, hostel, canteen, clinic, medical center. At least you have gone there and done some review and checking and checking of files, documents and all. If you have done that, you can show. Otherwise, it will be full-fledged academic and administrative audit is very difficult. Now it is impossible to do also. In the next 2-3 weeks, you cannot do it.
Okay.
But have you done something like this before?
The academic year we are
No,
doing. Every year we are doing by inviting. Yeah.
Yeah, that you can show,
administratively
sir.
we are not doing. That is it. Yes,
No,
yes, okay.
have you done at an internal level? I'm asking that your management has done some review of the, I don't know what the Dean Campus Affairs has done, have like going to the facilities like the canteen, the hostel, the mess, the sports and physical education, the library, HR, finance, and check the files. Have you done that as part of your NAC process? Then at
That
least
we
you
are
can show that we have done
doing,
that.
sir. That we can manage.
Yeah, that you
Yes,
can
yes,
show.
yes. That
Because
we are doing. That we can.
to be
Okay.
very honest, even when we went for the third cycle of NAC, we did not do this in the way they expect us to do. But we have shown, we have done multiple levels of documentation and checking audit of these non-teaching departments. Every year we have done for some purpose or the other. So that we could show as academic administrative audit. Is it clear?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So then what are the IQAC suggestions that are there? What are suggestions you have done? What are the events that you have organized? Like you did an NEP event last week with me. Those kind of things can be there in the office of IQAC. A short presentation can be prepared, but they may or may not listen, but at least have a print, a booklet with whatever the IQAC activities are there. You can give a heart. But since it is second cycle, oh yeah, one very important thing. In the first cycle of NAC, they have given you some suggestions for improvement. They have given you some weaknesses. As soon as the NAC committee reaches your university, at any point of time, they can ask for that document. How have you addressed the gaps mentioned in the first cycle of NAC accreditation? That is the first document they may ask. Again, don't give it the day before. Only when they ask you give it. Normally, they ask it as soon as the VC's presentation ends or before. So that says you have to have a proper document, give it to each assessor that this is how we have addressed the NAC observations of the first cycle of accreditation. That you should definitely have. And it should definitely be there in the IQAC office also. So this is the thing from a thing. See, we also have to understand that, the way I've given this talk 100 times, this about IQAC, more than 100 places I've given this talk. See, if you read the NAC manual, right, it is impossible for any private institution to do what NAC says for IQAC in the NAC manual. It is impossible. No private organization will allow any IQAC to do those things, including me. So there are limitations, but still, as an IQAC, you are basically coordinating, you are giving suggestions, you are coordinating activities, collecting data, documents. So that itself is a major job. Even the NAC assessor knows that you cannot expect an IQAC to do financial audit. It's not going to happen. So, but the manual says financial audit. Who can do financial audit? Financial deployment. Do you think IQAC will know those things? No. So they also know these things, but you have to take that aspect of the manual with a small pinch of salt. That's what I tell all my presentations. The manual is an idealistic, aspirational document. Certain things we can do, certain things we cannot do. That's all. Is it clear? Any questions? Mohan Sai and team, Rajiv sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mohan, any
It's
things?
clear, sir.
Balarmati ma'am. Matthew.
Yeah, it's clear, madam. It's clear. Clear.
Yeah, next slide. Yeah, so students' welfare, as I mentioned, they may want to know if there is any system for grievance redressal, feedback, counseling. They may want to meet the anti-ragging committee, women's self-discipline committee, hostel mess club thing and all. They may want to meet. These can also be combined with the student interaction parallelly or along with them. You can do it before or after. So, but they may ask for these minutes. These minutes should be kept ready. Counseling documents and all. They can be kept either after VC presentation, but normally it is on the second day. They have a slot with the students' welfare office or campus services office, and these committees they may want to see. It's a mandatory requirement for them to see. Next slide. Cultural program, again, cultural program, earlier they were not, sometimes they were skipping it, but now they are insisting on that, and it should be showcasing Indian culture and values, not, you can have a mix of popular and all, but not too much Hollywood and Bollywood and all. It should be somewhat focused on Indian culture and values. That's very important. Next. Yeah, they may want to see the exam office, the strong room, and they may ask the questions to the exam in charge in terms of files. When are you publishing the results? This is actually covered in the DVV, but still they may want to visit and get a feel of the facility of the exam office, how you are handling malpractices, the transparency, and so on. Next. Yeah, then I told you initially, as soon as VC's presentation in the central location, you should have the documents pertaining to governing council, academic council, BOS, and then the statutory committees that are prescribed by UGC, planning and monitoring board, finance committee. Budget and strategic plan should be there. Perspective plan, what is the plan or the vision for the next 10 to 15 years? And policies should also be there, like, HR policy, recruitment and career progression, leave, teaching, welfare policy, leave policy, and all these things should be centrally located. Mostly these things they may ask during the VC's presentation, and after that there is a criterion 1 and 2 meeting. That time they may ask all these things. So you should keep these things ready. Next slide. Yeah, this is what the physical facility. They will definitely visit. This is only a suggested list according to my thinking. Library, convention center with seminar halls, guest house, ICTS network operation center, the server room, ICTS facility, computer labs, canteen, hostel and mess, sports and gymnasium, swimming pool, health facility, language lab. Then there is a requirement to, when they are moving, they should see that the buildings have got ramps and rails. Then criterion 7, they need to show some sort of alternate energy sources, solar, rainwater harvesting, if any, waste management, ETP, STP, recycling center. These are the things that should be there. It always helps, at least in library and all, you can have some good boards, library rules, list of rules of the library, list of overview of the library. I have got this many books, this many journals, this many databases, this many subscriptions, this many memberships. Those a library at a glance can be kept. Same way when you go to a hostel, it helps if you have a hostel at a glance. In one hostel, this many rooms are there, 2-bedded, 2-seater, 3-seater, 4-seater rooms. The name of the warden's name, the resident warden, the faculty warden, those kind of things you can keep it ready. It helps because they get a good feel of it. And in the first day of the visit, you can arrange a banquet dinner with all your HODs, deans, and heads of institutions with the team. That is allowed. During the banquet dinner, you can do the cultural program, can just precede the banquet dinner. Immediately after that, you can start it helps. It gives a good visibility to the institution. I think that's the last slide. Next slide. Yeah. So thank you very much. Again, this is not rocket science, right? This is simple. Most of it is commonsensical things. But I think these are small things, but I'm sure these things help. At least 10 to 15 institutions have shown this presentation, including Kumaraguru College of Technology, JK Lakshmipat University, Rajasthan, Triple IT Bangalore also wanted this presentation because that's a very pure research focused institution. Some things are missing here, but I was told it helped them also. So I'll be happy to answer any number of questions. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
What committee members will expect from
For that
library?
employer interaction, sir, whether it will happen on the first day or second day, most probably when
Employer
it will happen.
for NAAC procedure is it was not there. Employer interaction is only there in NBA. I don't know if they have revised it now. It's not there in the list. Can you check it? It is not there.
But so no need to arrange this, sir. But
No,
we
it
are
is not there.
making
No,
a
NBA. In NBA, it is a
receipt,
very important. NBA, it is very important. NBA. But NAC, I don't think it is there. To my knowledge, it is
Okay.
not there. Please check. Every month they
Okay,
go
sir.
on updating. I don't know. I don't think it is there.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So during the cultural fest, that 45 minutes,
Yeah.
whether any faculty can also perform any event, some musical,
No, they
singing,
want
like
that
that,
from the. No, they want that from the
only
students.
from students.
Yeah. It's not an entertainment program. It is to understand whether your students are being developed the
Culture
talent.
and values.
Yeah. It's not an entertainment program.
Yes, 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 sir.
Jaishankar sir has asked, is raised his hand. Sir, Jaishankar sir.
Sir, what they will expect from library, sir?
Sir, library, no. When they go to the library, they expect a functional library with enough number of books. If you see that there is some sort of the benchmark is there in terms of number of books and all. But library, see that benchmark you need not follow now. But library, neat and clean library, enough number of books, enough number of journals, both e-journals and physical journals to some extent, and memberships of libraries, databases. This is what they expect. Plus library rules. You should have a committee, library committee minutes should be there. At least that is very important. Budget for library. These are some of the things that are needed.
Digital library also they will focus now, sir.
Yeah. They will focus on that.
So any other questions from the
Yeah, many have
participants?
raised hands.
Regarding infrastructure in library, what they will expect?
No,
Physical
infrastructure in the library means, see, adequate number of books, adequate number of journals, adequate number of e-journals, which is already there. And they may ask for the budget for the library. That budget and the library committee minutes that are aligning with that, that is very important. Not that you form a library committee and then you don't do anything about it. You should have enough, at least once or twice in a year, the library committee should meet, give some suggestions. Let us buy this database.
Not and all we are having it, sir.
Yeah, no, it can also be like this. You give a suggestion, buy Science Direct. This year management did not buy, next year it bought. That is also fine. Not that everything will be immediately taken care. Konjam believable, that is the idea.
Okay.
So here I want to say that or library board madri pota nalla irukku. It will be library at a glance. A snapshot of library.
Okay.
That will help,
sir.
I think. Like I told you, department snapshot. You will know better what is there in your departmental library. Other nalla oru board pota, it will be good.
Yes, sir. Okay. Any other queries?
Sir,
Somebody
sir,
has
there are certain departments and the third floor or like that.
Yeah.
Will the members will come to that department even though the third floor?
So that is absolutely not a thing. They are supposed to go. See, as I mentioned, the selection of departments you can do, but they may or may not agree. Because to a large extent they will also align the department to their area of interest. So suppose somebody is a civil engineering professor, civil engineering department is in third floor, definitely he will go. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes, and the last time we had that one old professor came, experienced senior professor, then he had some problem in climbing up to that, coming to that, walking to the long distance.
No, I think that should not be a bar at all. Definitely they will visit as per their protocol. That's a rare case, very rare case. Nowadays, they are taking people in the 40s and 50s and all who are coming. Very old people are very rarely coming now. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, I don't know. I may be wrong.
No, that is before the COVID, no, sir. Maybe after the COVID, they would have changed it.
Yeah, they are very young. Youngsters means people of my age, not youngsters. People at 40, 44, 45, 46. They are many of those people are that age group coming.
Middle-aged people,
Pardon?
experts. Middle-aged experts now they
Yeah,
are putting us.
Preferring middle-aged because they want to visit maximum departments, maximum facilities
sir.
to see. So they are preferring that kind of people only.
Okay, sir. We will close if there are no queries.
Vishweshwar
Yes,
has
sir.
given us.
Yes, sir. As a new faculty, so I should know about leaves, research, and then faculty welfare measures, department and institute mission and vision, faculty awards and recognitions. Sir, am I missing anything?
Come again, sir. Come again.
Sir, you said I should know about this institute leads, then research
Yeah.
objectives, welfare measures, or rather faculty welfare measures,
Absolutely.
department and institute.
See,
Sir, am I
as
missing
a
anything?
normal faculty, you must know the leave rules, the promotion and career progression policy, the welfare measures of the institution, both teaching and non-teaching. If you are doing some research, you are inclined towards research, you should also know the research policy, consultancy policy. Again, all faculty should know the appraisal system, even if they are new. They should know that, if the new faculty also should know that this is the appraisal system. Research consultancy, if you are doing research, that you should know that also.
Yeah, we are arranging separate session for all these appraisal for all the new faculty, sir.
Okay, good.
Regarding the policies, service rules, etc., we will be doing it.
Okay,
we have prepared a separate PPT and we will appraise them in the coming week continuously, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Sir, generally
All
what's the
faculty, ask all faculty to read the SSR also. They need not mug it up, okay?
Yes,
That's
sir.
a working idea.
Yeah.
They should read it.
Sure, sir.
hello?
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes,
generally, what is the expectations per faculty publications? What is the usual committee expectations?
There is nothing like that, but if you are an autonomous institution, they will expect a good number. Minimum
Per
1:1. I think 1:1 is good enough. 1:1 or 1:2 is good enough. You cannot expect to have 5 papers and all per faculty. See, if you are having, say, 700 faculty and around 600, 700 publications, it's good, pretty good enough. I think it's good enough. And we are trying to improve, right? And you already have made a policy that you told me, no, sir, that you have to do now some minimum target is there. That you can say.
Those
some
things,
people may not agree. Some government people will say that's not right. But this is a rat race, right? Some government university fellow will say that no, this is not right. You are not supposed to do that. You can say, see, then if my reputation comes down, my ranking comes down, will you give me admission? So that is the answer I gave. Somebody was arguing why you are doing this. I said this is the problem. IQAC head has only recommended these targets because it is a rat race. If the reputation of the institution comes down, admission comes down, and then we are going to be affected in a different way.
and what will be the expectations from the students' point of view in terms of research? what they'll expect?
Some of the smart students, the fast learners among UG, I'm not saying everybody, the smart students among UG, fast learners will have opportunity to work in research labs. And if you have some few student publications along with faculty from UG side, nothing like it. It will help you a lot. Same way for MTech, master's students, they have done some paper and all using your research park and your research labs. That is the expectation. So they are utilizing it. See, everybody will not be able to do. out of 60 students in a UG class, maybe 2 or 3 will be having the capability to go for a writing of a paper or going for a project. So we are giving them the opportunity. That is the expectation.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
So any other queries, sir?
Sir, when they are coming to the department visit, is there any mandatory files we have to show it to them?
No, I have put a list. No, that could be there is no mandatory file and all. But I have given in my PPT, there is a list. Can you go back?
Yes, we have noted, sir.
Though they are back. This is university level. Back.
Yes.
Yeah. See, sir, this is only a represent. No. Next. This is only a representative list that I have made. It's not written by NAAC. I think this should be the things that they may want to see because they want to validate the qualitative question. This is my list, not NAAC list.
No. What I mean, sir, certain files, even though if they are not asking, we need to show like that.
Yeah.
Say, for example,
they ask for a department budget. You can't say I don't have a budget. Department budget is there, no?
Yes. We have that. We have that systematic way of spending that, recording that, all that.
Yeah, that they may ask because they can't. You can't say, oh, for NAAC I made a department budget. I stopped in 2021. These are some files that they may ask. But very rarely. See, mostly it is a visit. This department thing is not PPT. It is mostly a visit. Paramasivam, sir.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
In the case of the placement department, what are the things they can expect?
The placement, they already it is covered in the DVV. But if you have a placement center, they will definitely visit. And some sample representative files you can keep ready. Okay. You can't keep each and everything ready, right? So have some sample files, what all trainings you are doing for the students to prepare them. Have a sample of that. Have some timetables ready. Have some documents ready, some timetables. Similarly, some placements you have some on the placement cell. Some of these letters, at least some sample letters you should have. I think that should be enough, I think.
Fine, sir. Thank you.
You cannot keep everything and anything ready that was asked for DV, but at least whatever is there, you can show. That's all.
Thank you, sir.
I had a few sample files. Maybe 10 or 10 files from placement cell I brought and I showed it to them. And the venue was placement cell, so they were very happy that way.
Fine, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other queries from the participants? Sir, is there in the VC sir presentation?
Thank you, sir.
Any budget to be given, sir?
Budget, it's not needed in the PPT, but they may ask separately.
Okay, sir.
Budget need not be there in the presentation. That's just number. But there is a meeting with the finance officer. Oh yeah, that was not mentioned in the list. There is definitely going to be a separate meeting with the finance officer and the registrar. During the meeting with the finance officer, VC can be definitely there. Registrar can be there. They may ask for that budget document and all. And they may ask questions due to the management during the lunch. How are you doing? Because Vailtech Trust has got many institutions, no? So many institutions are there. How is the money being generated, the deployment of funds and all? They may ask. I don't know. Don't ask anything also.
Sir, under university, no, sir, we have only one trust. Under that, only one institution. Even though we have a different institution, the trusts are different.
No, this Vailtech, high-tech, multi-tech and all, that
is a different trust.
Oh, okay. Then
even the management is same.
Okay,
the trustees are different.
Okay.
And as far as Welltech University is concerned, we have under only one trust. One trust and only
There
one.
is no problem. There is no problem.
Yes.
Oh, I thought that Welltech, Multitech, High-Tech were part of the same trust.
No. That separate trust they have created. And trustee is also different.
Okay.
So regarding the sustainable development,
yeah,
what may be their expectations, sir? To showcase
some sort of sustainable activities that you are doing in the campus, even if it is not a very big thing, no, some solar panels, some enna solluvaanga and
biogas.
Water harvesting.
Yeah, sir. Actually, we have RO water plant. We have.
Okay. That is one.
We have one wind energy windmill. We have.
Okay.
And biogas plant we have.
Okay.
And solar water heater we used to provide in all the hostels.
Okay.
And 4 or 5 solar lamps are there. Street lamps are there inside the campus.
That's all you can show. It's what is not there you cannot show. You have some students also working on these things, no, student activities that are focused on sustainability. You can showcase those things also. Clubs.
Yes, sir.
So some clubs are doing some sustainable activities. Those things also you can show it and connect it to the college, university. I think that will give you some marks.
Okay.
Because it's not, see, solar is a huge investment. It's a huge mega investment.
Earlier, actually, the government has given the subsidy. Now I think it has been stopped.
Yeah, during Jayalalitha period, there was some mandate, no, 10%. I think.
Yes.
But then it went to High Court. Madras High Court has stayed it also, I think.
Correct. True. During the period only, government has given the subsidy for all the educational institutions.
Correct.
Now the subsidy have been stopped, and it may be like a huge investment, and the payback period is now it goes up to 6 to 7 years.
Oh, okay. I think that should be enough.
We recently mapped our research activities towards sustainable development goals, sir.
That's a good practice.
We have made a relation between all the goals and our work, what we are doing.
Okay.
That map we have already created with respect to our research park activities.
Okay, that's good. That's very good.
Thank you.
We do have a e-waste recycling, sir. One of the green energy thing.
That can also, that's also a good thing you can show.
That's a facility, and we have done some good work also. Some startups, students also done some awareness, sensitization.
Right. So if you are maybe lacking on solar side, you can show it in e-waste.
Yes. So Prashant, as we discussed, after VCSR presentation, we wanted to bring the PTM to our research park.
Yeah.
That is what our proposed plan. I think. They will appreciate.
So in any case, there is a criterion 3 visit to research centers and incubation center. So immediately after the VC presentation 1 and 2 criterion discussion, you can take them there. Even that exhibition there itself you can do if you want for the entire. I don't know, you have to figure out the logistics.
Fine. I think no more questions.
Okay.
One final call. Is there any question? No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your enlightening us with the visit. And thanks for your time, sir.
Yeah. Welcome. Thank you.
Prashant, sir, thank you so much. I think you took a lot of trouble.
No.
Also sick, and thank you for all your suggestions.
Nagpur was so cold that.
Thank you, sir. It is a very useful seminar.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant.
Thank you.
You have given useful information to us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We heard that almost around 2 degree or 3 degree there in Nagpur.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was
You had come,
yesterday it
sir?
was recorded 1.6.
Oh, Ravichandran sir, you were there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Happy news. I
No,
got.
yesterday I got a news from it. No, that I was not there in the science
Oh,
exhibition. Yesterday I got a news from my relative there in Delhi. It's 1.6.
Oh, fine. Yeah. No, I landed in Bangalore. In Nagpur, it was like fell sick. But luckily, the third day I got elected to the sectional committee of Science Congress. So even though I fell sick, it
Congrats.
was okay.